Lame Nenjor Sidora, Lame Nenjors, Lame Nenjor Sidi. Ani Lama Tanangata, Lama said the Konameva, Lanameva, Sule Konameva, Susule Konameva, Lanameva. Hagwadi, Suzujole Chavadipa. Today, Lama, Tapena Jerumuchin, Lama Jerumuchin, Telatine, Nenjor City, Ne Jorsido, Ne Nenjors, Tunema. Tönema de Karelana, any Kabdi, Tönema de the Tongbani, Tongbani, Yugishana, Tönema de Tongbani, Lamegi, Yamne, Lamegi, Lamadan David, Yamin Cheva de Latine, and the Tongbani, Siala, Tanya Toyata, Jorwas de Telanjoacheva. A Eugene Jan, the Tönema de Nuximche. Telejova Chevalatine and Sanje Goma Mutu to Yagi Tablam Yo Inza Lame Nenjor Sadinala Ani Yamling Rimbachaza Dinala Dudiki or Esra.
So Guru Yoga, all important factor is in Tibetan Lame, La, Ma, and the Lama means Gongnameva, fearless, nothing above, none above the Guru. It's a half of a no Gongnameva and half of the
Rani Suzuli Chavatfa,
not above oneself. One is always under the Guru. For example, Lama Tsongkhapa is the Guru who we turn to, and therefore none is above the Guru, the Lama. And the Nel means a substance, the real, the whole. Nel means what matters, the crux. So depending on what Nel means, the crux, the whole, the real, the substance. And what is the whole? Whole is emptiness. In terms of object, the whole is emptiness. And Jor means connect to the core, and that so connect oneself to understanding emptiness. The Guru connect one to the core, understanding emptiness, the object ground reality. And in terms of subject or subjective, Nel, the core, refers to Nyuxim, that is indwelling or the timeless subtle mind. So, indwelling or timelessly indwelling subtle mind, that's the Nel, means the core, subjective core. And Jor means then connect to this, connect or have experienced it, bring to the manifest. And when you bring the subjective core to the manifest, then with its object emptiness of inherent existence, you are connected, you are brought to the state of Buddhahood. Therefore, the Tibetan term Lama Nyanjo or Guru Yoga, in a way, as a phrase, really encapsulates once again, the entirety of the path and stages and result.
당주 기진 안다디 람림 샤금 데스토라 아데 탄다로 진행가 차차디 셰르 그다로지 다지 슝지 기간에 마 삼다나 아니 야고요르데 유르와 다지다 미수스 옹보단 레단 데와단 지몽보지 요르다 가시니 아니 라마체바단 데니 메 라마체베나네 샤곰시단 두고요 가시니 람린 두드엔도 아니 나다 윤디시 유가네다 마마네 삼루티디스테 단데기요로 아디 제대다 윤디시 유 간에마 니 샤곰자도 도투비나 니 윤디시 유디 제르무제랑 그 송로하러 제르무진 송셰 아니 딘디 제르무진 윤디시 유디 틱치스 윤디시 유스 차송 민유 오늘잖아 순대 침로 봉슈레 침로 봉슈 제르무진 아니 람림 게다 단단한조 키싱나시 데마 삼나단데 내가라 아니 람림 게 람림 샤르곤 집에 내가라 아니 에 라마 베데 람림 샤곤 체마사 사바니 람림 무주 라마디게 데 셰식제 데 아니 데라야 데 라마데다 군두네 아니 람림 게마 칠랍 슈빈자 순데 칠랍 봉슈 오늘은 직 윤대시 유기 베제디밍라 마마이나 칠랍 순데 칠랍 봉슈 있어와 다치스디 베제기 민디 고고라는 윤대 군지시 유tin지 제시 요인자 아니 디게 직디야 베제 민딩원의 주제 아니 윤대시 유마스 민디 두스체는 줄선도 와메시지 마마이나 베제디 첸라야 윤대시 유시기요 말해 순데 칠랍 봉슈 상상라 dewa khashe nala yungure sundi chinla bunshu iti yundi shi gyuri mishi dili logo raya yo mara ro izan yundi shi yuga nangalo lamri shagumdi logo osirwa
So, let's go back to the basics of seasoning the mind, a way of scanning meditation, of path and stages or lumbering stages of the path. And because of the different temperament of the people, sorry. I'm sorry. There's no mindfulness. Due to difference in the temperament of people, when it comes to choosing what text to use for scanning meditation, some people use Guru Puja, some people use something else, and many people use the foundation of foundational qualities, and it is called the foundation of the qualities because it's the Tibetan tradition of calling the title of the prayer or the prayer especially by using the first few syllables in the name in the first line. But it used to be called Jinla Bungshu. Jinla Bungshu means seeking an avalanche of a blessing. This translator's word. Bungshu means huge volume of blessing. So kind of a avalanche of blessing. So here, as 그러면 그시라 셰식 주선데 저런 저 코랑으로 라마 셰스로
다 람림 야 소와답데 남링게 라마지 창마 람링 디능도 샤금 치마자사고
라사 that
셰식도
thank you. So this came about by way of Lama Tsongkhapa himself doing daily practice of scanning Lamdim meditation. And just as he was nearing the end of scanning meditation, then all of a sudden there appeared all the lineage gurus of the Lamdim before him, and he was profoundly impacted by this appearance of the lineage gurus, moved profoundly, and therefore he felt an avalanche, a huge volume of a river of blessing received. So that's why it is called Jinla Pungshu, and therefore I normally like reciting Yunden Shi, the foundation of quality, good quality. So let's do scanning meditation using this text. Page 20.
Yunden shi yu se, yunden gunji shi yu zheng ye ji tsuyi dame lan ji dao re le wadane kuwa jimbe dimba chingi lop siya de la ane shinye den zu ki zing, shinye denbe ma denbe nimi denbe pen yu sambe den zu ji, jowe den zu ane kuwa chimbe dimba chingi lop siya de ane samba dang jowa nyi ji kone ane kuwa chimbe kone ane shinye den zu doba jiwa jula chingi lobro chi sungora teni de ode tsigde tsar sumden indela kising ta kising ando kumji gyayimba di ma shisha chi gyashan di go resra.
And then could you recite foundation of all good qualities 3 times? And this text, this stanza is stanza pertaining to the need to rely on the eye-opener of spiritual path, the guru. And here you think about disadvantages one suffers not having a guru, even if one were to have, not being able to relate properly and observe the protocols pleasingly. And also think about what it means to be able to do so, to be able to have a guru and then observe pleasing protocols. Next, and think about how to relate to the guru mentally, and how to conduct oneself in relation to the guru physically, and the prayer, the stanza requests the guru to give you, or rather to help you develop the impeccable art of relating to the guru. Recite it 3 times, and then do meditation. Recall the things I mentioned before pertaining to this.
The first verse 3 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
The foundation of all good qualities is the kind and perfect Guru. Correctly following the Guru is the root of the path. By my clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon the Guru with great respect. The foundation of all good qualities is the kind and perfect Guru. Correctly following the Guru is the root of the path. By my clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon the Guru with great respect. The foundation of all good qualities is the kind and perfect Guru. Correctly following the Guru is the root of the path. By my clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon the Guru with great respect.
Hi, that is kumjab ane shinyi dinzi tokwa jeyagi chinlabji anshi simje tamje da suzi chigo kumjab sangma madam shirwa kajaga simje tamje yuri tedagi yule shinyi dinzi tokwa jeyagi
As requested, feel that one and all, not just by yourself, or one and all living beings have been helped in terms of a clearance of the obstacles in developing the art of a guru-disciple relationship, and then feel that one and all receives Nupa Keratin, extraordinary potency or potency to be able to do this practice.
아니 dunji nangala ta jik mangbo koma duna dada dengo lo shedan ya wo shodo arwa an dili jigi dinde jik ta nga dunga nga si yu ten an dine ma ane ji chiramba chen tsubi ngu yu ji lama dida kune chi lab dinde chungsong ten je ma dinde samlo yang sen stana ya wo yoris.
And it is also good to do this practice again and again by way of visualizing the married field. There's a beautiful painting kanga of Lama Tsongkhapa and disciples, which arrived somewhat serendipitously yesterday and is now present before us, and then feel that Lama Tsongkhapa and disciples are also surrounded by a gathering of all lineage gurus, and from them, as you request, feel that you have received special potency to do this practice, just as you, all sentient beings.
Ta dine tenjo tenji lenji nyewe tewe tensan di segadwa ta di lenji nyewe tewe tensan di sido nye ka shindu nye ka tenji shen gyu nes mi lu den di kising shego na shi pego na nye ka ngo yugo na nye ka tango na nye ka mangwo shilig dwarwa ane tenjo di nye ka nye kawa ina di tenla ya ane chik tuanta chenpo chi tutu ya tuanta chenpo kar tutu wasana sanje ji kuma tawa di mi lu den ngay ji kam tu den ka lu den lama shu chiki sanje tuku yaw ma rwa tashin la jiwa dazo ma chik sanje ka lawa la mi lu len ku yaw rwa tende yin zang ane yin zing ku di nyingu le me lo gyunji me yaw kiawa chinji lopsi ta nga rang ju le ya nga tanda sawa mezi mangbo tola tang sa sha tewa je jowa ju tsambe mi lu din kiawa chen tende je nga la top sha nye kashi nye na tuen chewa la warde ta nga rang zambu ling di na la samu tang chö dinde ji gu tabo la che je nyamlen che ji toba chen yi da ha jang tanga teya ra wache da tanga teya ra wache cha de de ane de zang ma se dinde gi da ji chö de la ya ane nyin dang chen yawa me wa ane ji mazu lelo me we to ne ane zundu gu lo je tu ya ji ane me da lu den de tanda doris du na ane mi lu den de tanda den ba ji tu ya pendo yo chi tu ya la ne dungi nanga la shu ge ne gyosung gun yo la ma de da ge ne chinji la ro chi chinji lo song tin ne shin tenjo tenji ge do go chawa ji gyu le ge song ge ya ne go chawa ji sha song tin wa do s da this sam dang res ro.
So next stanza pertains to the topic of precious human life, and which talks about how precious this human existence that one has managed to obtain in this lifetime, how terribly hard it is to come by because of the four analogies, if you consider them, and once obtained, how dynamically powerful it is to achieve any goal one sets to achieve, particularly let alone mundane goals. It is even capable of achieving the highest goal of a Buddhahood. And it is only, although there are so many species types, but it is only human species, or human species with a precious human life, that their life is their life lends itself to tapping into the potential it has and then achieving the state of Buddhahood. And it is so priceless, so much so that people or beings on the verge of achieving enlightenment, they pray to be reborn again, because it's only being a human that one actually then achieves enlightenment. So beings in the Pure Land, on the threshold of enlightenment, for the final entry, they pray that they be reborn human, because human constitution is so appropriate for or to tap into the potential for enlightenment. So we should feel very fortunate that in the world today, how many, although there are so many people, how many have the chance to meet, engage in such a profound practice? You can count them on your fingertips, not many. So one happens to be one of the few lucky ones, and then feel that one will make fullest use of human life, applying oneself to the practice day and night. And as you then pray to the magic field of Lama Tsongkhapa and disciples, and they respond to you with the light rays and blessings, and then feel that they clear away obstacles in the first place, then they empower you with their blessing, so that you develop special willpower capacity to tap into human existence and feel that just as oneself, all living beings around one receive the same. And could you please recite the second stanza three times and then think about this process?
When I have discovered that the precious freedom of this rebirth has done only once, it is extremely difficult to find again, and is greatly meaningful. Please bless me to unceasingly generate the mind, taking into essence day and night. When I have discovered that the precious freedom of this rebirth is done only once, it is extremely difficult to find again, and is greatly meaningful. Please bless me to unceasingly generate the mind, taking into essence day and night. When I have discovered that the precious freedom of this rebirth is found only once, it is extremely difficult to find again, and is greatly meaningful. Please bless me to unceasingly generate the mind, taking into essence day and night.
gen chunju chigi jigu lawa pena chu buwa na shi rwa chu buwa di doya nge warwa rwa ina gen khakwa chigi gyamna lamsan doya rukda ina shi nganzo ki lu di chiwa nge warwa ina kadu chi dan gen lu wa chunju chigi rwa nganzo mi shiya la gen chambu gu umendo rwa gen chunju chigi ina jigu rukda tenyang 배 tuzu tunduji 나는 지도보다 추보어디 투스레 되면다 롱로 저 가리로 툭 들어가지 되는 남산 추보어디 근데 빼대다 먼저 미미제데 자우셔도 알아 아니 미디 지베 치와 템바스데 니 치와게 남징이미 치외지 추면도 강게미 대야 아니 다 지긴 강게야도 지난 게 강게야 도르면 와 치와 삼바다다 두즈 윤진 구단 네 타죠 숨다 두즈 최 치고 타고 최 바시 치고 최 다다니는 치고 타죠 서로 두즈라 세상 두즈 다 삼로 데스 당고 요래 다단다 텐조다 치와 미다와니 삼로 당고나 데네 가르레고 나서나 치마 텐니 일로시 리그도나 아니 곰디 내라 미마레 텐조니가 첼라메 일로 코메스데 나셰도 제롬제데 데송도 텐조니가 칠라 롱메바 텐조니가 텐조디니고 칠라 롱메바 시데 치오미다고 상마 텐조디제단 치오미다고 공부라 되네 먼저 셈디 컨디시고 버르잖아 이라 콤베 세디 나셰도 이라 콤베 디 삼로 단지야 공자 용디 아니 세디강게 차샤디 개침부 레민도 개와치마디 개차도 네 가르치나 개와치마는 편바지 제거되면 세디다 안다 내님은 요 내가 전혀진 처음에도 삼성 텐데지 로지 레위나 텐제다 치오미다 공바디 네 곰 내라미 봐 곰게다 데부 락제 곰제비 데부로지 어디디 용구요 레송요 제가 어디다 치오미다 와서는 데스탄고 어디는 막 단제 수수 곰디 잡세베질 심나 갈리기도 아다 세디다 개좀 쉬어려면도 당아 겨치면 단다직 치고도 심질레도는 당기 곰자와데 빼다다 그런 로요 답에 로함.
So the third stanza pertains to Chiwa means impermanence, and Mitak means Chiwa means death and impermanence, and that is shown by the stanza very succinctly with the analogy of liking human body, human life to a water bubble, because life is fragile, fleeting, vulnerable, so ephemeral, like the water bubble. The bubble is definitely, it's a given that the bubble will burst. It doesn't need any big condition, a slight breeze, then it bursts, it perishes. And the same way human life, it doesn't, for human life, it doesn't take a great deal of horrendous condition for it to end, although they do that. Many alive comes to an end to encountering improbable causes, and people end up for meeting their death. And so here, why do we think about that? We think about that because it's a reality, and it brings home that one needs to hurry up, or else the time would be robbed, or one would be robbed of the time. So think about the three main topics or the three main reasons of death, and how each of the reasons, the main reasons, namely, death is certain. Secondly, the time of death is uncertain. Thirdly, at the time of death and beyond, nothing but spiritual potency is of any benefit. And so think about the reasons, three reasons which support each of these, at the end of contemplation of these main topics supported by three reasons, then come to a firm conclusion to to practice Dharma only, and that too right now, and nothing but Dharma only, and so on. So as you as you contemplate these two topics of a precious human life, terribly hard to find, dynamically purposeful, but highly vulnerable to being ended, even by improbable small conditions. Then, if you begin to think, no matter how successful I may have been, one may become, at the end of the day, nothing is of any benefit, because at the end of the day, one leaves everything behind, and all that time spent on acquisition of meaningless, pointless possessions is wasted, and and then if you come to realize that material matters do not matter at all at the end of the day, and rather that uh, rather you want to spend, now you devote your time to for a brighter future. Chima law means if you develop a mindset, now look forward looking mindset, looking to achieve a higher rebirth in order to connect with the spiritual practice. And that's why in Lama Tsongkhapa, in the three principles of the path, here's Tenjunyaga Tsela Longmaba means precious human life, hard to find, has no duration, and therefore may I achieve, may I overcome. Chitin Nangshin thought means may I overcome attachment to material, to the material success of this life. And so if you, at the end of this, if you really come to understand the matters of affecting, the matters that affect future life are much more important than this life, and then you develop a mindset seeking or doing things more for the future than for the fleeting present, you have hit the nail on its head. Could you repeat this 3 times and do the meditation, please?
This body and life are changing like a water bubble. Remember how quickly they perish and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of black and white come follow. This body and life are changing like a water bubble. Remember how quickly they perish and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of black and white come follow. This body and life are changing like a water bubble. Remember how quickly they perish and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of black and white come follow.
ya da ti ji la ti ju na lam ne chu mu tu ka ni na ti le chu mi da we ji la ni sang da kam do she sung do ro da da di le bi ji de yi se lam ne du de na le chu mi da we ji su ni shi we ji zan lu dan tu ma shi za shi ne ngin do mi ji de mi ji ti ji yo kun jo su ni ti ji kam do shi ne ti le le ti ka na le le lang do chu shi su la ra le so su ji chiwa mi da wa ji kam do shi le de nyam ne che wo re st de li do tan da yun de shi yu le na ni chiwa mi da wa ji su shi we lu so yu chu ju ju mi di ji we ji ne shi we ji su lu dan ti ma shi ka na le de shi ji da la ni wa de me ni ne ni we ta shi ta wa ne po na ge za za do da de pa de me chin ji lo sla we shi we ji su lu dan ti ma shi si le da 아니 치왕이 남진이 미 치료를 했다 치료도 아니 수수 류가 주만하시 류 가와이나 류가 칩스도 도고도 되나시 아니 수수 레게 와체신 요기 파자디 이 수수님도 돼야래 레 미가 와체신 파자디 수수님도 돼야래 가와 레 가보다 나고게 네디 예지신은 돼야래 시외지서 류던 테마시 까나랜드 신지 타는 네바 때문에는 요서 샤단디 레 까나게 아니 렌데 남샤딜라 녜와 지로 녜와 하코도 지 예시게도 지 네 신기라고 지 쓰는 거를 세상 뒤인데 갑자기 렌데 남샤 상데 스탄트 비나 방 렌데스도 알아서 데려다 레세야디 셈 꾸노게 당고 삼벨레 세야디 아니 미질라다 네 펜도 제고스로 드링에 삼바삼부지 토네 밀 펜도 제고 삼바이디 게벨레와 삼바 게벨레 이기레와 다 딜레데네 아니 미투근디 니지 여무게야 밀라 계제하고 셰야 아니 지 펜도 제야 그거 걸도 디 제운디 지진바다이나레 소고미아이나레 아니 저 상마다 지 나고네 아니 추셰이나레 어디 저 상마 니 나글레 차로거라 류지고네이나 류그남 유딘다서 밀레야지 쿠바다 가위베 남 유딘야 도와라 디 류지 게벨레 차고라 아니 그것도 다 지비에 짐바다야로 지레야지 툰두두절라 칼라데야 소로던데 아니 시행기 초 심지 툰두게 채서 저는 망고지게 된데 깨고도 아주 배우라 그래서 지 구멍먹어야 서로 된대로도 간다 아니 류지레다 마지레다 이지레서 삼르다다지 간에 연디게 다딩원에 레샤 삼삼지 수수 심네라 녀원녀지 구요레서 시외지도 르던도 까나랜데 신지타라 녀와 템보니네 녀외 소소 어디라다 녀와 템보니와 지다 친지로로 지에스디 데데스 당종연의 자치모 멤버제도 레세야디 레 야가데 디체 레 두거디 타양에 나르게 나다 슈지 인스로 나다다 점불리는 제르디 인스 소고디나네 나 제르디 인스 능미디나네 나 야셰디 인스 다 디리 야셰 상황 알아 버스다 당하나게 야고 영화시 등에 밀 가르치나 치스 야르제기 농이 땅이 특수 땅이 인스로
Hello.
두자 슈지키 다 치스 미드투네 직두라야 얘기라죠 아니 르그남 유 독자대야 다 슈야데 딩자 뉴뉴로 와 슈니 다가시 라고 슈고요 아니 미잘라구마자 서로데 아니 소제야 서로데 어딘데 제위나 르지레차 미교차로라 텔레데네 마지오용구도 스스마지와 미마지와 춘두두저 마지와 상마마지와 스 제메 미 조구동을 다데 시다 타링체네 야거도 타링도 미개왜 레그데 그래 다 개와야고 제대로니 다 메디직 도도 도나갈 펜도도 지 여디 개왜 레그데 그래 당연한서 야침부 띵사고 쉬우지 레그 남샤 상담을 단단하면서 초응어가 나게 수수수수 메징어가 나게 뇨와 냠뇨저로 레 다라는 요라 어디 뭐지 쉐베체 디간 곰디스 잡쇼 아스로
Loves. in other Lamrim texts, after thinking about death and impermanence, there is a section about refuge, as in Lamrim Chemo, as well as in Lamrim Dudun, or the condensed Lamrim. Although it is not in the foundation of all qualities, there's no specific reference to refuge. It goes on to, it moves on to talk about karma. So, karma is what we do physically, mentally, verbally, and physically, and karma is what follows us like a body, like shadow does its body, the object. And what is karma? Karma at the fundamental level is an intention or mentation. It's intention in the mind. It's intention in the mind that drives the possessor of that mentation or the intention to do things physically, verbally, and then mentally. For example, mentally, if there arises a positive intention of pentort means doing some good to other people, then this intention makes one behave accordingly in relating to others, physically, by way of helping them, giving, restraining from harming, practice of patience, verbally give them advice, pieces of advice, give them teaching, and then mentally it was already mentioned, the intention itself of helping, doing good to others is a positive action. So as well as physical activities, positive physical activity, one could be influence is to help animals. Like in New Zealand, there's an excellent culture of saving and helping the animal. And that is amazing performance of a physical activity. So, and on the other side of the ledger, on the negative side, what is karma? It is again a negative intention, a negative impulse in the mind, and an impulse which makes one think, I am the best in this community, and the best, being the best, I need the best. The best must have the best, and therefore, driven by that motivation, one develops, one goes for the best at the expense of harming others and condescending, belittling, and abusing other people. And then when things are not forthcoming for the best, then the best resorts to violence. Although thankfully these days physical violence is not accepted despite occasional occurrences. So much so that at the end of the day, one becomes an isolated person. Nobody wants to keep one's company, and therefore people keep distance, and therefore one falls in isolation. So karma can be considered at a very profound level, but let's think about karma at a very personal, everyday experience life. And if you consider the pros and cons of the positive and negative intentions, what they make one do, and how it affects one's daily life, that is really that's good enough consideration. And now please recite and um, meditate.
When I have found definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be conscientious in abandoning even the slightest collection of shortcomings and accomplishing all virtuous deeds. When I have found definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be conscientious in abandoning even the slightest collection of shortcomings and accomplishing all virtuous deeds. When I have found definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be conscientious in abandoning even the slightest collection of shortcomings and in accomplishing all virtuous deeds.
Okay, now could you read all the way through, and then we will do a meditation.
When I have recognized the shortcomings of samsara imperfections, there is no satisfaction in enjoying them. They are the doors of all suffering, and they cannot be trusted. Please bless me to generate a strong wish for the best of enjoyment. Through my being led by this pure thought with great remembrance, alertness, and conscientiousness, please bless me to make keeping the individual liberation vows, the Buddha teachings, my essential practice. Just as I've fallen into the sea of samsara, so have all Mother Maitreya's beings. By sensing this, please bless me to train this supreme bodhicitta, which bears the responsibility of freeing transmigratory beings. Even if I develop only bodhicitta without familiarizing myself with the three types of morality, I cannot teach enlightenment. By my seeing this well, please bless me to keep the vow of the sons of victorious ones with fervent effort. By having pacified distractions to wrong objects and correctly analyzed the meaning of reality, please bless me to quickly generate within my mind stream the unified path of calm abiding and special insight. When I have become a suitable vessel by training in the general path, please bless me to enter the gateway of the fortunate ones, the supreme of all vehicles of Vajrayana. At that time, the basis of accomplishing the two attainments is keeping my vows and samadhi purely. When I have gained effortless conviction in this, please bless me to protect them even at the cost of my life. Then, when I have realized exactly the vital points of the two stages, the essence of the tantric sex, and am enjoying the yoga of the 4 sessions with effort, without being distracted by non-meditation objects, please bless me to accomplish these according to the teachings of the holy beings. Thus, may the virtuous friends who reveal the noble path and the spiritual practitioners who correctly accomplish it have long lives. Please bless me to pacify completely the collections of outer and inner obstacles. In all my lives never separated from perfect gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma. By completing the qualities of the days of the past, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara.
And I'd like you to visualize the merit field clearly once more, please. So visualize fervently and clearly the merit field of Lama Tsongkhapa, and you're doing it as the word it says fervently with regard, and then in response feel that the merit field figures they issue light rays, white, red, and blue. And these powerful cleansing and bestowing light rays enter you from your nostrils. And as they enter your nostril, then these light rays fixes all physical dysfunctions present in the body and make body serviceable, energetic for practice. And the light rays also fixes psychological dysfunction or mental dysfunctions of anxiety, anger, attachment, and particularly ignorance. And with the body and mind fixed, prepared, then feel that the light rays um, bestow on you a special power to gain perfect understanding. Tokpa means insight into Lamrim stages, Lamrim topics. So as you inhale, feel that light is come and do these functions, and uh, then also feel the purification and the bestowal functions of these light rays. So could you do breathing meditation and this visualization?
ane dine ugu junju shenpa che, tama de iga la samu u pa dhugu tsu dhugu di sheba che. ane dine de zi ta simna namdo dhamma de shayagda di kaya la peze ma shega she. ane de zi gyok zi tang, ane thanga jamnirwa, thanga ju jab, thanga de sim u tsu dhamyo pa dhugu shebe to thanga ju jab sana samsha ya. ane sim shiva da dewa di ga la. 내가 시와 신자 우스도 안티가는 네 지데데 양심나 남도 담을 세우는 양 무티네 타가자 어딘데 스테이션스라.
Now, I'd like you to continue doing breathing meditation, but count it up to 10 times. And okay, during which namdot means thoughts or discursive thoughts may arise. Don't be too perturbed by them. Observe them, but then count your breath up to 10 times. And then thank you. So I'd like you to do 2 rounds of 10, counting the cycle of the breath 10 times. In the first one, so inhale and exhale, and follow the breath. When you exhale, know that you're exhaling. When inhaling, be aware that you're inhaling, and up to 10 times. And then if in the process of counting your cycles, if thoughts arise, thoughts interrupt, don't make effort to, don't spend time expelling them, but acknowledge them. After that, okay, in the second round, I'd like you to breathe a bit faster in and out 10 times, and at the end of the 10th round, then stop and feel what is left at the and there should be some Shiva means some peaceful quiescent space, and then remain in it. While remaining it, if thoughts arise, then again do breathing meditation 10 times. So that is counting of the cycle 10 times.
Hi, that is our
Okay, thank you. We'll stop here.
the discussion way. No, yeah, that. Tanda di chöba de la ya ni chöba kiju shirish do wa di che ni chöbe rimba di ye di to dan di chi tanda la men nen jo sna khande ji le sigi me ji shi ja sa di yang ja ji shin ya wo ra.
So, could you discuss offering, types of offering, and 4 things necessary in offering? For example, function, and so on, and then cause, function, nature, and so on, and then also please revisit the explanation of guru yoga. Go through the meaning of the syllables, which are words in themselves, and talk about them. Yes.
Tadine mi le ko dis ro le de la le sna kare mi eni simbe le nga ji le I ji le nga ji le karbo le na bo what is le se di khande yimi di to le des na.
And then talk about or discuss karma, what actually karma is. Karma, then talk about physical karma, verbal karma, mental karma, and physical, positive, physical, verbal, mental, positive karma, and unwholesome karma. No.
Yeah,
Yes.
Page 31, Sukha Nala.